Hey everybody, what's up? We're here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. Wow. Ten of Pentacles can be a time where things feel stable. Ten of Pentacles can also be like spending time with family or people that you care about. It can feel like there isn't a lot that you need to be tending to, that you can sort of like relax and enjoy things, or that you don't have so many worries, especially like on a material level, that there's like a sense of security that you're feeling. Also, Ten of Cups can be like that on an emotional level. I am seeing though the Two of Swords, which almost makes it feel like at times you may feel like you have to pick between the two. Like sometimes you have to pick the Ten of Pentacles over the Ten of Cups, or maybe if you want the Ten of Cups, you feel like you have to choose that over the Ten of Pentacles. So it can be like sometimes feeling at odds because there's this feeling of things materially versus matters of the heart. So that can be something that you feel like comes up for you. Like the most basic example I can think of is like having a job and working versus like, do I take time off to spend with my family? Like, do I want to go on vacation with my family, or like, does it feel more important for me right now to like make the money? You know, it can be like that sort of thing where it's like on an emotional, or do things that you care about, you know. But I see Ten of Cups more so as like interpersonal relationship types of things, but it can also be just like spending time doing things that make you happy, that maybe aren't tied to finances for you, or aren't tied to material things for you. So right now you could feel like there's something here about a choice. But it can also be like that feeling sometimes I feel like I have to choose one or the other. So it can feel sometimes like, yeah, that's what this seems like. It can feel sometimes like I can't have both of these things. Like I need to make that choice. But I'm seeing Temperance, which feels like you may not stay feeling like you're in this type of situation. It may be something that, yeah, it's not going to stay feeling like that. Temperance is also about easing your anxiety as well. If we're still going with this theme of the Two of Swords, it really can be like, do I pick the Ten of Pentacles or do I pick the Ten of Cups? Like, which one is more important to me? You could be in a spot where you're like, well, both of these things are very important to me. I don't know if like one is more important than the other. And being an Eight of Swords can be like, so what am I supposed to do now? It can be sort of that, like, feel like you're almost in an impossible situation, and you almost feel like trapped, where Eight of Swords always feels to me like there's a, like, frozen in that moment, like a stagnation, like I'm not moving forward, like I'm stuck here. How do I get out of here? In Eight of Swords too, there can be like a couple different things that are going on. Sometimes it can be like there's no possible, like you've convinced yourself there's no possible solution to this, and so you're just going to stay there for a minute, you know, like however long it takes you. For others, there can be this feeling of like, I believe there's a solution to this, but I don't believe that it's currently available to me because I can't find it anywhere. So what do I do? And this can be a really difficult time trying to move forward with this, because you're like, out of all the, it's like you're in this room, right? And you're trying to get out of it. And it's like you can press that button or that one or that one or that one. And you're like trying to figure out like, what do I need to do in order to get out of here? And it can feel sort of like a cryptic code that you're trying to figure out in order to like unlock this situation. But it's something that doesn't feel obvious to you. something doesn't feel obvious to you as far as moving forward. Maybe this is a moment where something is going to be changing. Interesting. Strength in the moon. Strength in the moon is about figuring out psychologically on a previously subconscious level what's going on here and what do you actually want. Because this is like the vehicle is ready to go. You just need to figure out like your intention space as far as like where you want to be going, the direction. This is also about like unabashedly going for what it is that you want, solely based off of like inspiration and passion. So that may also like be the answer for you. But for some of you, you're like, well, what does that mean though still? Like, I don't know which direction that means I should go in. So that's still something that you could be like trying to learn to connect with. But that may be the thing, just going towards like what you want the most, or what seems most exciting to you, or what seems happiest to you. Whatever really it is that you want to move towards, moving in that direction. But strength in moon can be that like you're not so sure exactly of what that is, and that may be something that you're going to be, yeah, some of you, this is something that you're still trying to figure out. It can also be too like I want something that feels stable and is long-term and provides me with what I need, but I also like want something that like I feel happy within too. And like, is it even possible to have like both of those things simultaneously? So that can also be something that you're trying to figure out. That can feel like a bit of an impossible situation currently, because I'm seeing you try to understand, and it seems to like, you know, Seven of Cups can be, there are so many different things in front of me, like which one is the right one, and it can feel like something isn't clicking for you. Like how do I turn my intuition on here? It's not telling me anything, it's just like static on the line. But having Eight of Swords can block you from that, because Eight of Swords is the static. So whatever this like anxiety is, whatever this like doubt is, whatever this thing is that's like pulling you down, it's about lifting this off, and then the answer is going to be clear to you. But there can be like stuff that you're worrying about. But you see too on this Eight of Swords how it's like, because this person is like just looking down, they're not seeing that, like I see this bird as like a messenger. It's like that bird may have the answer for you, but because you're leaning down like that, you're not even seeing that it's like ready to tell you the answer. Because I see birds much of the time as like messengers, like carrying something for us. And this thing like exists outside of this like circle of anxiety or worries or whatever that you've imprisoned yourself within. So it feels like it's about looking up. Maybe looking up, looking for something. Maybe this is too about opening yourself up so you're receptive. Like rather than closing down, opening up. Okay, so what I was saying before is that being in this spot where you're like, how do I turn my intuition on? I feel like it's not telling me which cup I'm supposed to pick, like which thing I'm supposed to pick. So I'm just lost in all of these different possibilities and avenues here, and I don't know how to move forward with this. What I'm seeing is that you may actually know at the heart of it the direction that you want to go in, but it may be difficult for you to do that because you may be worried about it. You may be lost in all of the possibilities. Having this Knight of Wands and having strength here feels like you actually already know the direction that you want to go in, but your worries could be stopping you from doing that. Your anxiety could be stopping you from doing that. Your feeling of like I'm trapped, or like it's not going to work out or whatever, could be stopping you from actually doing that. And as I said before about this thing with your intuition and like, how do I get it to talk to me? We have the moon here, which is like what's hidden from you. And your intuition is behind it, Page of Cups. So this is the veil that you're looking at, and right behind the veil is the Page of Cups, which is the thing that's going to give you the answer. And it's going to tell you what, because it looks like this has to do with something that you're figuring out, right? You can go this way, you can go that way. There's planning that's happening. There are choices that are being made. Your intuition already knows what it wants to do. It's just about like unlocking access. Moon can also be like fear is blocking you from what your intuition is telling you too. So that's also something as well. That may be why you feel like you don't have access to it. But it's like you're blocking, could be blocking yourself. Yeah, this feels like you already know what your intuition is telling you to do. Okay. Some of you, I'm seeing that part of the reason that this is feeling like a struggle to you is your attachment to the past, or even your like loyalty to the past, but so loyal to the point where you may not be seeing something for what it is. Like something may not fit anymore, and because of you, yeah, something may not fit anymore, but because of your attachment to like the familiarity of something, you may not be in a state where you're like willing to admit that yet, is what I'm seeing. So you actually know, you know what you want to do, but it may be scary for you, because I'm seeing you're almost like keeping certain feelings hidden from yourself. This is what's happening. It's like your higher self is very aware of what's going on for you and what you're feeling, but it may just be bringing up stuff for you that's difficult, because it means that you're like growing out of something, it seems. As I said before, having moon, having Page of Cups, it can feel like behind the veil is your intuition and the message of your intuition and how you're feeling. And you can feel like there's a block. The thing that's blocking you is, it can be like subconscious energy that you're not ready to integrate yet because you feel scared of something. It's like scared of admitting the truth, and that's why it would be hidden from you. So just know that this would be like something that, like psychologically, you would sort of be blocking from yourself, blocking from like your receptors, your consciousness receptors. Because it may be something that you don't fully feel ready for, or don't fully feel ready to accept. Because it does, like Eight of Swords can be like, I know how I feel, but like I don't want to feel that way, or whatever. And then you're feeling anxiety, and then you're like, wait, maybe I'm confused. But it's like, I'm not actually seeing you be confused. I'm just seeing you have a hard time actually going towards what you want, because it's not easy. For some reason, there's like a challenge associated with you just like trusting your instinct and moving in that direction. Or like, this feels too, because I'm seeing Knight of Wands, this is very much connected with your sacral energy. When I say sacral, it means like what you're attracted to. So you could be trying to tell yourself that you feel like you want to be in a particular situation and that's the thing for you, but it's like losing its sense of attraction because it's like not magnetic with you anymore, but something else is more magnetic with you. You're feeling the call, but then it's like feeling scared to answer it and go in the direction of that. But you're like losing traction within the situation that you're in, and you know that, but there can be a part of you that's having a hard time admitting that, is what I'm seeing. And then because of not really being willing to admit that yet, and because of this like anxiety that you're feeling, because it's such a thing to be trying to articulate something energetically that's being seen. What's happening is that there's a part of you that knows what to do and where to go. There's a part of you that may be feeling like scared or anxious or stuck in your thoughts about that. And then because that cover is coming through, it's then having you be like, wait, I don't actually know how I'm feeling or what's going on. But it's all based off of the static mentally for you, because this is not an intellectual problem to be solved. But you may be thinking that you need to use your brain when really you just need to use your connection with your sacral energy. Right? Because we have like different scenarios that we're in connect with different aspects of our energy, like chakra wise. And so you're in a situation that it's like your lower chakras will tell you this is not like a high intellectual thing that you need to be using to figure it out. This is like a lower chakra thing. So it's like you feel it or you don't. Like you know it or you don't know it. So it's this feeling of there's this part of you that wants to express itself and move in a particular direction, but you're making it hard for yourself to do that, even though I'm seeing that you like already know where you want to go and what you're attracted to and what's moving you and what's motivating you. Like you're connected with that spark within you. But strength is saying that for some reason, this would be a difficult situation where you would be faced with some sort of challenge in order to pursue that. And that's why you're blocking yourself from knowing, even though you actually do know. But consciously, you can think that you don't know because this is a challenge for you and it may be something that you don't feel ready to integrate yet. So that's what I'm seeing here. But maybe you're ready now. Because this wouldn't have come through clearly in this way if you weren't. And this does seem like pretty resolved now at this point. So it seems like this has been just like a breakdown, an assessment, like a check-in with what's going on energetically. This has to do with your long-term and where your higher self is guiding you. Like it has to do with your life in like a bigger, more picturesque way even. I do get the sense too that there's like something that you either like think about or interact with, even if it's like on an energetic level and not a physical level, that like when you connect with it, you feel lit up. Like you feel inspired, you feel happy, you feel connected, like that sort of thing. And so it feels like it glows for you when you connect with this thing. So that's telling you something. But it may be different than something else that you have going on, and that can feel a little bit destabilizing for you. What's going on emotionally for you? I'm seeing something here about feeling like seen and supported for what's coming up. Seems too like there's a relationship that feels like quite harmonious as well. Does it though? There may be a situation that you have going on now that's separate from what we're talking about here, that's actually like informing you about your feelings within another situation. I know that sounds like a little abstract. Yeah, it's like it's getting to you that there's something that you want to be doing. It's like this thing, this call keeps getting louder and louder and louder, and you're like, I can't turn the ringer off. Like, it just keeps getting louder and louder, and I can't ignore it. And it feels like there's pressure that's being felt because of that now. Like something is calling to you more and more strongly, but I'm still seeing it be behind the moon. So this means too that there can still be like fear that's blocking this from being fully realized or fully acknowledged still. Because it's stressful, because it means that it would be asking something challenging of you or asking something difficult of you. And it may mean something about like switching things up as well. Because I'm seeing you even get to a point where you're like trying to make sense of like what roles you're meant to be stepping into. It's like out of all of the different ways that I can show up, like how am I supposed to be doing that? And that feels like it's at the center of what's trying to be figured out. But what it seems is that like you already know. It may just be something that it would be difficult for you to step into this role. And also too, like having there be the King of Pentacles here, this can mean that like independence can be connected with this in some way, or like self-reliance can be connected with this in some way, or you like leaning on yourself or needing to like trust your own luck or something like that. And it may be something that's difficult for you to take on. Like I'm seeing this situation be extremely stressful for you currently. You can feel too that like something is just unclear. I'm seeing now at this point in the reading, like what I'm seeing is there being like a couple different narratives that are associated with this. Like I'm seeing some people be on one side, I'm seeing some people be on the other side. What I'm seeing in the center, like for like the main energy that I'm seeing is that there's stuff going on with like people socially and also relationships and like engagements of that sort of thing. And I'm also seeing like work that somebody has been doing, but I'm also seeing them be like, but there's something else that's actually calling to me. So this can be too like, I've been doing this thing and like, am I still supposed to be showing up for it? But now at this point, like, I don't know how I feel about showing up in that way. Like, I may want to show up in a different way. I may want to show up for a different thing. So this can be feelings that we're having that are associated with something, feels like socially. Something going on here. I'm also seeing too, for some of you, a relationship is involved in this as well. But I'm also seeing Three of Cups here, which can be the involvement of other people being connected with this. King of Pentacles has been like showing up and putting in work to something, but is now feeling stressed out because it's like their energy also wants to go somewhere else too. But that's what's hidden. And so this person may not fully realize that. Like if you guys are dealing with someone that they feel confused about something and they're trying to figure something out, it's because they may not fully be ready to admit something, because it would mean something very stressful and difficult for them that they'd have to initiate, that they'd have to do, that they may feel scared to do that right now. And so they're blocking themselves actually from like realizing this. That doesn't mean it's going to stay like this. Having 10 of Pentacles and having 10 of Cups, as I said before, this is a choice. So somebody can feel like I either need to, let's use an example. Choosing between 10 of Pentacles and choosing between 10 of Cups can be like, I either need to choose between like my family or like my living situation now, or like what I have, versus something that's actually going to make me happy and be my 10 of Cups. And then this person is all in their head and feeling confused because you have Knight of Wands. There's something that they want to do. Having Strength, though, it makes it difficult to do that. And then having the Moon here, it can be like they're not fully realizing things psychologically. So they don't fully understand what's going on energetically for them. What can be hidden from them currently that they're moving through? It's interesting that we're like sort of switching up the narrative like halfway through. Is that they have feelings, they can have feelings for somebody that's in their life. Remember too, this is just like one interpretation. There are a lot of different interpretations here. There can be feelings that somebody is having for Three of Cups, which is like a friend or somebody that they feel supported by, or just somebody that we don't know what the label of this connection is, but it's somebody that they feel like understands them on an emotional level, and there can be feelings because of that, because of feeling seen, and like somebody can just be themselves and that they have somebody that's looking at them and supporting them in some way. Then you also too have the Four of Wands here. So that can mean that somebody feels like they may have found something that feels important to them, that they want to even like stabilize within their life. There's also stuff that they've been working on too, but now at this point they're feeling stressed out. This can also be because of their responsibilities and the responsibilities to play a certain role in a certain way. And can be getting to this point where they're like, but something else, like another path is calling me now at this point. But what I'm seeing is that like for those of you that you're dealing with somebody that's in this space, they have not realized this yet. This is something that's still hidden from them. So they're feeling stuff, but they're not understanding why they're feeling what they're feeling, because what they're not yet ready to admit, and when I say admit, it feels like more like a choice, but it's not necessarily, they're not consciously aware yet of this. What I'm seeing be hidden is that there's a path that they want to pursue, but because of all of the fear that this brings up for them about everything that would happen because of that, if they decided to pursue this, they're blocking themselves from realizing. So they're blocking themselves psychologically, but because I can see, we can shift behind the curtain and see what's going on for this person. And that's what's happening with them. So somebody has feelings coming up, yes. They're recognizing 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. I feel very happy when I'm connecting with this person, when I meet up with this person. 8 of Swords and 4 of Wands can be like, but I have this other commitment. I have this other thing that is like in a prior engagement of mine. So 8 of Swords can be like, now I don't know what to do because I have this other commitment. 7 of Cups and King of Pentacles can be this person now being like there are multiple roles calling to me. How am I supposed to show up? This Knight of Wands and this 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands is like when we're connected with our inspiration and our passion and our drive and our motivation. Knight of Wands is what we connect with, because it's like, I just want to go after this thing. And even though it can be seen sometimes as being like impulsive stuff that we do, it's still this very real part of ourselves. But you see how this Knight of Wands, it's like this is all the work that's being done. This Knight of Wands is shooting like away from it. So it can be like instead of staying here and doing the work, Knight of Wands is like, I don't want to work anymore. I want to do something fun. And so it like drives away towards something. You see how it's the sun too? Something that would be like fun and joyful and energizing and like that sort of thing. So this person is like gravitating away from this, which is something that they've been showing up for, and towards something else that they feel more motivated. Because you don't see the sun within here, but you see the sun up here. So this person is just like following, the sun can also be following their heart with something too. But also too, it's connected with your sacral energy. So this is somebody being like, I'm attracted to this thing. But if I do that, like if I go in this direction, it means that I would be maybe leaving this or like abandoning this. So it can be that sort of thing. Having strength and having 10 of Wands is something that's like very, very difficult and very, very challenging that this person is going through. And also too, I see it as being like, can feel nearly impossible for one to be trying to prioritize everything and also balance everything on one's plate. And then having the moon and having this page of wands is like what's currently hidden is the direction that this person actually wants to go in. That's why it's saying this person is confused, but they're not actually on like on an energetic level, they're not confused, but on a conscious level, they may think that they're confused because they're feeling fear and it's blocking them from like what the answer is. But as I said before, even though this person would be like, I'm feeling confused about how to show up here, what I'm seeing is that what they really want is to pursue this other path. But their feeling of fear is what's like blocking them from consciously like realizing this, essentially. So that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing Pisces and I'm seeing Leo. There can also be matters like personal matters and personal needs that are coming up that are connected with this as well. Because this feels like a personal endeavor that this person may be feeling attracted to pursue. Again, even though they may not realize that yet. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.